Yo, what is going on, Goomer Gang, and welcome back to another reaction video on the Feisty Goomer channel. And before I start, I would just like to thank you all so much for the positive feedback and comments and likes and views on my last video, my reaction video on the new Brockhampton album that I did with my friend Bryce. It became my most viewed video in like 29 hours on my entire channel, so like thank you all so much for that. This is definitely something I'm gonna be doing more often for music that I'm anticipated releases, such as today's. So I'm gonna talk about today. So today I'll be reacting to, I guess, Cordae's short EP. It's kind of like a single pack, kind of like Drake does, but the reason I'm reacting to this is because Cordae said in like a Twitter interaction that none of these songs will actually be on the upcoming album. They're their own things, and I really like the snippet of one song I heard, and I'm a big Cordae fan, so I would just like to listen to these. I'm not going to flash up Last.fm statistics for Cordae because he only has one solo studio album, so I can't really compare albums. I'll tell you some of my favorites from that album, The Lost Boy, would definitely be Way Back Home. I think that's my favorite track on that whole album. Broke as F, Lost and Found, Have Mercy, R&P featuring Anderson .Paak. We'll talk about him a little bit more later. So yeah, those are some of my favorite songs. I listened to Cordae a little bit before that album dropped, mainly with Kung Fu, whenever he was with the YBN group. That was technically with YBN and in the YBN mixtape, but it was his own song. So I like that song, it was pretty big. And then I have seen Cordae at concert as an opener for Logic, and the other opener was JID, J-I-D. That was two great openers, Cordae and JID. That was amazing. Opening for Logic. And then also, funnily enough, Cordae's in a relationship with Naomi Osaka, and I've actually seen her in person when I went to the US Open, like in 2018, I think it was. So that's kind of a fun fact that I've actually seen them both in person. I think that's pretty cool. So today, Just Until EP, only 4 songs, not reacting with anybody. I didn't know anybody else that was super excited for this release. I'll probably get someone else to react with me whenever Cordae actually drops the album, because on the cover of this EP it says "See you soon, album almost done." So yeah, I'll definitely react to that. But these 4 songs, as far as I know, won't be on the album according to that Twitter interaction. So we have More Life featuring Q-Tip first, so I'll start with that. What I know about Q-Tip, I know he was a part of the group A Tribe Called Quest. I've not listened to much of their stuff. I think they're kind of like an alternative hip-hop group from like the early 90s. I'll listen to them at some point, mainly because Logic sampled a lot of their old stuff. And I also know Q-Tip from being a feature on Anderson .Paak's Cheers song on his album Oxnard, which I'd really recommend that song as well as the album. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, we're gonna start with More Life featuring Q-Tip. Here we go.
When I think it's all she wrote, looking through my holy quotes, looking for the antidote, and I think I found that it's life, yeah, more life. Okay, I ain't
Before Cordae starts, it's definitely Q-Tip. He's got a unique voice. It's pretty easy to catch him out, so I don't know if open with a hook or chorus. Decent. Alright, so I'm ready for Cordae.
I don't think that I get the credit that I'm deserving, but last week we was just hooping with Kyrie Irving. I've been focusing on things that seem not as urgent.
First was interesting. He was kind of just talking about not feeling like he's getting enough respect on his name, enough feeling underrated, but in the same time feeling like his life doesn't have really full value, even though he has gone to the point that he's famous, and just searching for that fulfillment and happiness. So name dropped Kyrie Irving, so he's getting to do all these big things like he's famous, but he still doesn't feel like he's there yet as far as emotionally. So interesting.
My premature premonitions are part of my existence, so every page that is written is penned with such conviction. Listen to music, it's obvious that the substance missing. A lot of tests comes to those to whom much is given.
When I think it's all she wrote, look.
That was interesting. Talking about how his music has purpose. His girlfriend is a tennis star, Naomi Osaka. All of you other people, dating hoes. So yeah, just kind of juxtaposing the fact that his music has meaning, and also he's dating this tennis star, and just like how different he is. And also like Q-Tip's chorus is kind of just talking about like answering, kind of like mentor-mentee, is how I see it. It's like he's answering Cordae's like inner questions about like, how do I feel fulfillment even though I've made it this far. And I think Q-Tip is basically just saying living life, and that's kind of where the chorus and the song title comes in. Yeah, so I like that song. It was decent. I would say I wish Q-Tip maybe had a verse. His chorus was good, and then I like at the end Cordae had some vocals. I wish he kind of had more of that. Maybe, I don't know, his background vocals for the chorus, because he sounds good singing too. So I think they each kind of stay in their own lane for this song. Q-Tip focused on the vocals, chorus, and Cordae was kind of just doing the verses. I wish they could mix and match a little bit more, but other than that, I really did enjoy the song. So now we'll move on to Dream in Color. I've heard like a 25-second snippet of this that Cordae tweeted once, and I really, really liked it. So I'm looking forward to the song. I know the beginning.
I dream in color, and I sleep on a canvas. I think we all need each other. Empathy, that could be our advantage. Destroyer. Seen what happened to Julius Caesar. Stevie Wonder told me you were a leader. My girl at forfeit a tennis match to meet my grandmama. Man, she truly a keeper. A song that I record be saving lives. I'm type important. If I shoot my shot, and if I get it live, it came from the microphone. Hold on, maybe that's the difference.
Really liking this so far. I like the verses, I like the vocals, I like when Cordae does both, because I think he can do both very, very well. Name drops Stevie Wonder, talking about how he said that Cordae's gonna be a leader, talking again about Naomi Osaka, something about leaving a tournament or whatever, or I don't know, shortly after a tournament, meeting with his grandparents and knowing that she's a keeper. I think this is interesting. I'm not surprised that he's bringing in more bars about her, since she is like a big name on her own, and now that their relationship is public. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far.
Never no pretending, let's be transparent. I learned that shit from my grandparents. I've been meditating, trying to gain clearance. But is friends real or they bogus? Or they by your side at your lowest? Though I'm not so easily broken, but at times I feel hopeless. I don't know why the blessings coming. Rich as hell, I won't stress over nothing. I don't listen to the public opinion. Their portrayal, it is just an assumption.
I really, really, really enjoyed that song. The second verse talked about like going to the library for Wi-Fi, how his grandparents taught him how to be real and not be fake. I just think it's really, really good bars. Really insightful into like his perspective and his come up and where he is now in life. Probably talking about how he always dreamed of this vividly, dream in color, and now he's there. Kind of pairs with the first song a little bit, like what do you do when you're there now. So I'm a little curious why they're in the different order, and then the last like 40 seconds were basically just the instrumental, so I think he was really feeling this instrumental. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be a favorite out of these four for me. Like I really, really, really like that song. Next song is Wassup featuring Young Thug. I don't really like Young Thug as a solo artist, but I do like a lot of his features because they're always really fun, so I'm looking forward to this. I think they'll be good together.
Vivid pictures, boy, I paint those from the fucking jungle where you can't grow. Hold birds, never let it go. With my fucking dogs, no pets though. Do you need dogs cause your pack's small? What?
Like they're kind of doing the back and forth thing. Interesting. Okay, I don't have a whole lot to say about that song because I don't want to be super negative. Definitely will probably be my least favorite, at least out of the first three I listened to is my least favorite. I will say I like that Cordae can go from featuring from like with having a feature with Q-Tip to a feature with Young Thug. It just shows his versatility. I think that's really good. I'm glad that this song is not a song that would make the album because it's just fun. It's back and forth. There's not really too much substance. It's just kind of, it's fun. It's back and forth. So, but it's definitely not album worthy for like a coherent message, and that's a lot more what I go to Cordae for. So I think it's cool as a single. So that's really all I have to say. The last song on this EP, Thornton Street. Here we go.
My first album went gold, I think my next one is platinum. And it's okay that you ain't think that I would make it in rapping. You wanted me to go to school so I could make something happen.
I think this is interesting. It's kind of about him. I assume his mom had a kid at 15. I assume it's him and not like a sibling, but I'm not exactly sure. He's talking about how his mom wanted him to go to school and get more educated so he can make something happen. And I think that's interesting that now he's famous and probably did not get here through like education, probably just through his own like his own will and motivation within the music industry. So I think that's interesting to show you that there can be more than one path.
But raising 2 kids on your own, how did you manage? From apartments to trailers, was living with granny. Years later, front row is how we sit at the Grammys and say we all gotta cry sometime.
Wow. Him and his mother of 2 being raised with his grandma as Grammy. Now they're front row at the Grammys. I like that.
You went to prison for a while and used to call me collect. And yeah, we lived in different states, but we will always connect. When I got robbed at gunpoint, you took the bus up the check.
I think it's cool that he talks about how he did reconnect with his father. Even though he was in prison in like a different state, they still stayed connected. And I was reading some like interviews talking about his relationship with his dad, but they did reconnect, and his dad does seem to be a big motivator for him in the music industry and seems to be really proud of him. So I think that's cool that they do have a connection still. Nice. That's the end of it. He had like a little just talking portion at the end, talking about how he's a perfectionist and the next album's coming soon. I think from a bird's eye view is what he said. But I've also seen, so I think that could be the name of the album. I've also seen High Level in his bio and like under like talking about these songs and album coming soon, High Level. So it might be bird's eye view. I know in Dream in Color there's a bar about bird's eye view, could be a hint. So that could be the name of the next album. I actually don't know if it's official. I could just be like speculating. It's already out there. But yeah, I enjoyed those songs. I would say that Dream in Color was my favorite. Then next, probably Thornton Street. Then More Life, and then Wassup down to the bottom. Personally, so it's funny that I think that the 2 songs that features the lowest, even though I thought the features were pretty good. I think it'd be, I don't know, okay, Wassup's just out of place in my opinion in this. I know it's just a 4-track single pack, so it doesn't actually like really need to be in place. It's kind of just releasing music just until the album comes out. Wassup I don't know how to fit in. Honestly, Thornton Street reminds me a lot, it does feel like an outro track, and it reminds me a lot of Baxter Avenue. 1, because of the song titles are similar, and 2, because of the message. So Baxter Avenue, the outro track of Jack Harlow's album, I think it's similar. I really liked this. I think the songs could have gone chronological. Like I think he could have made it go like Thornton Street, then Dream in Color, then More Life, to show like where he came from, like his family situation growing up. Then Dream in Color is a little bit about like his ambitions, and More Life is like what now? Like what do I do now? And then Wassup, I don't know how to add into that. But he kind of did it in reverse order. So I don't know if there's any rationality behind that. There probably is. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the album from bird's eye view, I guess is what we'll call it, is what I think it's going to be. I'm definitely not going to rate this EP. It's too short. And I'm not even going to put best tracks, worst tracks. I might do that. Best track, definitely Dream in Color for me. Worst track, Wassup. That's just how I feel. So yeah, I'll react for sure to the album, probably somebody else. Hopefully you enjoyed me reacting by myself still, and I'll upload this soon. If you see the lighting was changing in the background, it's because I was recording this at like 6 in the morning, so before school. Anyways, I'm Feisty Goomba. Peace out, everybody.